I have exactly 1 month to go from Champ 2 Division 4 to GC2, but the catch is, it all has to be solo queue. And this is a challenge I actually really don't want to do because, as you may have noticed, I haven't uploaded a video in over a month. So that leads to the question, why am I doing this? It all started when I lost 9-0 in the finals of a viewer tourney. It was a big off day and I wasn't going close to full tryhard mode. But I obviously admit he was a better player. It just typically wouldn't be 9-0. And therefore some of my viewers decided to talk a little bit. A Diamond 3 is better than a fake GC. Bob, OPJ isn't a GC though. Which isn't exactly correct because at the beginning of the season I got GC in Rumble and never played since. And that made them want to talk more, which I can't blame them. And this is my response, which I still stand by a month later.
You guys don't see when I'm like locked in off stream, you know what I mean? Not reading chat, you guys don't know. You guys don't know the vibes. You guys don't want to know. But scary.
I was saying how I could easily solo queue to GC2 in at most 2 weeks, which they still have things to say about that. But this is where it gets serious. I made the genius decision to say this, which really heated things up.
I really think I could be GC2 if I really grinded out comp and like I actually really tried getting better and stuff. That's just not me, dude. I'm just trying to be a content creator, not a pro player type of thing. You know what I mean?
And I was told that it'll take me 2,000 to 3,000 hours to get it, and me having around 800 hours would make it nearly impossible to get GC2 in a month span. And they kept talking.
GC2s are built different, bro. I'm pretty confident I could hit GC2 and 2s.
Which made me want to get GC2 and 2s even more. So then I made another really low IQ decision to say this.
Not solo queue, dude. I definitely think 100%. All I'm saying, guys, is you haven't seen your boy off stream. You haven't seen your boy actually try off stream. You'll be surprised.
When you think it doesn't get more unrealistic to get GC2, oh, don't worry. I put myself in an even worse situation.
I give it 1 month of hitting GC2 I could if I really tried.
Which they immediately disagreed with. And I just want to say, I don't blame the viewers for not thinking I could hit GC2 in a month span because I haven't really shown many evidence to them that I could. But I believe I really can. So let's go find out if I really can get GC2 in a month. My first game of the challenge really felt like a diamond lobby, with my teammate ongling and there's nearly no passing plays by both teams. I'm down by 2 and my confidence will just get destroyed if I lost the first game. Moving on, the only thing that was consistent about my gameplay was my inconsistency. I mean, I'm watching this gameplay and I can't believe that was me. Like, what was I doing there? I still got the W, but I'm gonna need to get a lot better at the game in 30 days, which I'm so confident I could do if I just played around an hour a day. I may or may not have lost 2 games in a row and actually have gone down in division since doing the challenge because this is my rank at the start, and here it is now. But for some reason, I feel like that helped because I had nothing to lose at that point, and I just played much more confident. My only intentions are to get GC2 as fast as possible because, like I said, I don't want to be doing this. Just too many people undersell my rank, so my goal is to settle that. Now I'm Champ 3, and I don't think I've ever wanted to win games as much as I do now. Except for that game. Now I tell myself I'm going to play till I lose and move on to the next day. So I won 2 games in a row pretty easily, but not just that, I also won another game. But game 4, yeah, I won that too. And just 4 more games until this happened. I want you to remember this. I am the best at 50s. It's more like 75s to me. Just kidding. I'm feeling pretty inconsistent again during the first game because I didn't have any warm-up, but my confidence is still high because if I just do what I did yesterday, I would already be relatively close to GC. And this game is a pretty sweaty one, and all of our goals that my teammate and I gave up have been from dumb mistakes. It is now overtime. Another really dumb mistake that a plat wouldn't make led to a fat loss. For game 2, my teammate missed a relatively open net, but I had a good 50 and luckily redeemed him. And then I missed the open net. Luckily, my teammate had a solid pass while my opponents had liquid defense. Was that good? They had bad defense. I made up for last game's loss, and I'm actually already playing much better than yesterday. The main things I'm lacking is my consistency and hesitations to go for the ball. I started getting patient after losing another game because I'm down a game now after losing again, and that usually makes me play worse, but I'm still only at high champ 3, so I managed to win more games. 5 to be exact. So far, my teammate and I are having great chemistry. However, in a matter of 20 seconds, it's a tied game, and then lost. And then won, and then lost again. And I did not want to go down that rabbit hole, so I'll just play until I lose like yesterday. I took a break from 2s to play 1s because I feel like that'll help me get a lot better, and I went up to champ pretty easily. Now I'm ready to play 2s again. I was super happy about winning the next game, so I didn't lose 2 in a row, but I also won 1 more game, making me 1 game off of Grand Champ. I'm really wanting to win this game and just end the night getting GC. I wanted to win so bad, I even said need boost, which is when you know the game is serious. Still got scored on though, and once more. Even though I was left in a 2v1 scenario, I know I need to start playing faster. And that's exactly what I did. It didn't matter too much though because my teammate went full takeover in the finals, game 7, tied game with 24 seconds left on the clock type of mode. I mean, look at that dunk. He's the Shaquille O'Neal of Rocket League. He just turned into a 99 overall player. It was honestly magical to watch. I fully believe that the person I was playing with in the first minute handed his controller to Squishy Muffins and said, get OPJ to GC at all costs. And now I'm Grand Champion, which is great, but like Robert said, I'm still over 150 MMR off of my goal, which is over 17 games. I didn't get around playing the next day. Now, November 13th will go down as a day that I don't like. It was the start of many downfalls. I was about to record for another video that will come out after this one, but I checked my storage and this is what it was at. So I decided to play without recording until I got closer to GC2 just to save storage. And thank God there's no footage of me playing on this terrible day. This is my stress ball. I make jokes about it on stream if I lost or something, but it's always as a joke. This is the first serious time I actually ever used it. If I ever won a game, keyword if, I lost the next one. It was a combination of my gameplay and my teammates' gameplay, which I think will go down as the worst Rocket League rank session in history. Okay, are you ready for the damage? I went down to Champ 3 Division 3. This was a good day because I'm starting to figure out what I need to get better at. I went back up to Grand Champ 1, which then made me realize that I need to focus on consistency. And I need to hold my own and not rely on my teammates like I did on this day. Because tomorrow, I could be a lot worse. And if I get mid teammates, it's game over. So I played some more ones and ended the day with doing that. There was no game that was too fast paced for me. I'm adjusting these lobbies very quickly as I knew I would if I went full gamer sweat mode. I was actually concerned for my controller for all the sweat indulging inside of it. My back posture would be seen from a normal person as terrible for my body, but would be seen as godly to a gamer. A gamer would recognize the fuel and determination I had to win these games and nothing but that. Even though I'm not playing bad, I always seem to lose a lot more than I win right when I start playing. Which makes a lot of sense because I'm too impatient to warm up. But I finally won, so I decided to start streaming. I was doing a viewer return.
Oh crap, the game started.
But now I'm against the same guy that 10-0'd me, which made people say I'm not going to succeed in this challenge. This is going to be a big test to see if I've gotten better ever since grinding comp. And I'm already doing better than last time. I'm sure my opponent wasn't going full tryhard, but I think this makes it obvious that there is hope for me to hit GC2 within 14 more days after seeing my improvement. I also think playing competitive 1v1s have really helped a lot and increased my confidence and made me play faster while playing Rocket League in general. This is pretty surprising to everyone who watched the stream where I got 10-0'd, as they were probably wanting that to happen again. So after I actually won, but nobody still admitted I could hit GC2 except for the person I played against who later said that next stream. But all respect, and unfortunately I still managed to go down in rank that day. My rule is if I lose 2 or 3 games in a row, I should switch the playlist. But my goal is to hit GC2 in 2s, not anywhere else. I knew it was dumb, but I still kept playing. And let me tell you, it was dumb. I needed a break, so I didn't play the next day. This was another scarring day for me. I swear, I get the worst teammates. One game, my teammate was ball chasing so much, I literally started taking his boost. And once I did that, we actually started to make the comeback. But we still lost by 1. In another game, I just want to move on to the next day. Oh, I didn't play this day. I'm literally just 2 games in front than when I started this challenge. I will admit, there were some doubts, but I quickly told myself I will succeed the challenge. I didn't play the next day either. When you think it doesn't get worse, it doesn't. I'm back to being just 1 game off from GC. It was just too easy. It doesn't matter how good my teammate was. And that only carried momentum to the next day. I don't know how to describe it. Minor setbacks lead to major comebacks? I have more consistency than Gordon Ramsay's mashed potatoes. It just clicked. Just like that, I am 1 game away from Grand Champ 1 Division 4. Which, to put in perspective, is around 6 games off from GC2. As you can see, I'm just 1 game off from GC1 Division 4. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous because once I hit GC1 Division 4, the next step is GC2. And that means there's a good chance I'll be playing against some pretty good players at this rank. But my nerves are getting to me. I'm playing too safe, therefore too slow. I am quickly learning that I can't allow many mistakes because they will easily counter. This is already much different. They're playing a lot more faster or I'm playing much more slower. One of those. I've improved a tremendous amount, especially in the past 6 days, but I was just down by 1 and I was already trying to take notes how GC2s play for the next game. I'm starting to play a bit more confident by just going for the ball more and having better rotations. And we finally get a goal that was not lucky at all. But now my teammate's just destroying the other team while I just sit back. But there's still a lot of errors for my part. I need to stop waiting for opportunities to strike, but actually go and make the opportunities happen. But I don't know how my teammate does it. He somehow counters on their mistakes and hits a clean double. But I do what I do best, and I get comfortable and decide to play like a champ player. It's crazy how GC1 players typically won't hit these kinds of shots nearly as consistent as mid GC. And I'm not used to that quite yet. But with 14 seconds left, we actually still lost. Sorry, teammate. I didn't only lose that game, but I went all the way down to GC1 Division 2. This was a big stepping stone for me. I'm playing the best I've ever played while still playing ones and studying what I need to do better at twos. So I get back to one game off GC1 Division 4, but the question is, will I get nervous again? You may be wondering why I don't have face cam or commentary during all of this. Well, that's because I need to be all locked in and I just want to get this over with and hit GC2 so I can play for fun again and not show what I'm capable of. It's crazy how much better I've gotten for just playing the game more seriously for a little over 2 weeks. At this point, I think I'm a GC2 player, as I knew I would be in a short amount of time, but I still haven't reached my goal yet. I could have one bad ranked session and go back to where I was before anytime. But the difference now is that I'm much better than I was a few days ago. We've had the edge the majority of the game, but the time is running out and now it's tied. There's no way we lose this game because there's been a lot of times we've been close to scoring but barely missing. My teammate and I have been dominating, but the score doesn't show that. 10 seconds left and it is going back and forth with close calls on both teams. And right when we're about to score, it goes into overtime.
And we lost.
This was pretty much the same kind of day. Now I'm one game away from GC1 Division 4 again. Third time's the charm. My confidence is high. At this point, I believe I deserve GC2. I'm not really getting beat to the ball anymore. It feels nice not to feel like the odd one out that shouldn't be at this rank. But they still managed to score whatever the heck that was. But I wasn't playing bad, but that still wasn't good enough to get the win. I have to play good every game if I want to rank up and not just have a pattern of winning and losing. But luckily, I was still up one game overall on the day. For literally the fourth time, I am one game away from GC1 Division 4 again. Let's get this game over with. I won't lie to you, I'm a little bit more impatient this game. Hey, look at that. They scored again. We lost. But I didn't stop there. I played one more game and got back to being one game away and waited for the next day to play it. I have 10 more days, including this one, to reach my goal. But the only way to find out if I achieve it is to get GC1 Division 4, which I can't manage to do. But let's find out if I can this time. This time I have to win. It's like impossible. But luckily I'm still here to ball out for my teammate. So we're down by 2 just like that. And I get a really odd save. It just takes one goal to be down by 1 and I have the perfect setup to score it. Luckily it led to the perfect pass for my teammate. There's less than 2 minutes to go and we score again to take the lead. There were a few close calls, but all we had to do was keep the ball on their side and either run out the clock or score. After 4 losses in a row at this rank, that's what my teammate did. And now I'm finally Grand Champ 1 Division 4. Just one more division to go. I'm playing like a legit GC2, and I'm so excited to get this challenge over with, so I'm playing like I'm one game away from succeeding the whole thing. My teammate and I have been dominating the whole game so far, and it finally took one mistake from our opponents, which led to a goal. Again, there's been a few close calls, but my teammate and I are not letting anything through the net, and that's our only focus. 8 seconds left, and we're only up by 1. If I get this save, that makes me only 2 wins away from being GC2. We won. Now I'm in a GC2 lobby. My teammate had a great pass, which I almost missed because I assumed the opponents would have saved it. It seems like once a team gets the momentum, it immediately gets lost with the other team scoring a goal. Now we're down by 1, and I think about getting GC2, which made me still lose. But I win the next game to get me back to 2 games away. I wish I was able to party up with my teammate after this because we had the chemistry down, but unfortunately that'll break the challenge. Hopefully it won't matter that much because if I win this, I just need one more win, which I did win. Now this is actually crazy. The best I've ever been was GC1 Division 1 and 2s, and there's a big difference between GC2 and GC1. So let's go become a GC2. Just like that, I'm against an SSL tourney winner for this current season. That's great. And I haven't mentioned how the new season's actually on December 7th, so that gives me 6 days to hit GC2. But I plan on hitting it today. I got a really fortunate save that led to the perfect pass, definitely intentional, and my teammate scored. My teammate's really aggressive, so I'm just going to play more passive, and it's working out as my teammate is just 1v2ing them. My teammate's so aggressive, he's even aggressive on defense to the point where he owned goal. But we're still up by 1. It should be fine. Well, I thought my teammate's going for the ball, and he actually went for the bump and missed it, which is just miscommunication, so now it's tied. This has been a really even match, and it just takes one mistake for my opponents to finally get GC2. My opponent overcommitted, so I decided to go all in for the dunk. If I get this dunk, I most likely win, and I don't have to worry about comp anymore. I didn't get the dunk. And with that close call, we're going into overtime. This game is much more fast-paced now. Both teams are having perfect rotations and touches on the ball. With all my training and late night raging, it has taken me 14 minutes and 47 seconds to get to this moment. I am really the best I've ever been, and my touches can't get better. But what I'm dominating the most are my 50s. Well, I'm 2 games away now. There could have been any moment where I just start losing a bunch of games in a row, and it was kind of bound to happen, and this was another really close game. It's crazy how a week ago I wouldn't have gone for that aerial and just played safe, but unfortunately my teammate missed, and I do what I do best and get another terrible 50. My teammate and I are kind of losing composure, and the opponent had a really clean angle which gave them all the momentum. Eventually my teammate and I get a run going, and now we're up by 1 goal, which didn't last long. If I lose this game, I should think about getting off after losing 2 games in a row, which could easily lead to more. So this is a pretty big game. And I have one of the toughest shots in the game, which is an open net. And I just got my clip. Back to where I was, this game can make me done with this sweaty ranked garbage. If I don't win this game, I think I'll give up for the day. And if you're still here, subscribe and comment that it's crazy that I'm SSL, or I signed with the esports team, or I beat Squishy Muffins or something, just to confuse the people that don't watch it all the way through. Right away, I could tell they're pretty mechanical players, so I need to have good boost management. I had a pretty slow flick. Yeah, I always hit those. This right here is the most I've ever wanted to win in a video game. Even though I'm up by 1, I know it's still pretty much tied because they can score at any time. I got faked by my opponent just missing the ball, so now my teammate's left in a 1v2 scenario, which is really unfortunate, and we got scored on. And now I'm left in a 1v1 scenario and played it poorly, so now we're down by 1. So I do whatever it takes to win and play really annoying by going for a bump, which got us a goal. I know my teammate doesn't speed flip, which makes me concerned every time he has kickoff, so I decided to protect the net a lot more, which was probably not smart at all, as it got me demoed and puts us in an even worse situation and therefore scored on. There's less than a minute and my teammate and I are playing much more aggressive, going for tougher shots, which really worked out as my teammate came in clutch. I put on some pressure, but my teammate goes for it and completely misses, which is really dangerous because I have no boost, so I have to act like I have boost, which worked, and my opponent's backed off. The boost spawns right as I leave it, and it's only me back, but luckily, I didn't get scored on. So now we have overtime for the 3rd game in a row. All I'm thinking about getting is GC2 and potentially not caring about comp or getting too much better again, but I just had to show I could hit GC2 because there was a lot of people saying there's no way I could hit it anytime soon that I'm not showing. So far, this overtime feels relatively comfortable because both teams are playing more safe, not trying to cause an error. Just one accidental backflip and it's probably game. Even though my teammate isn't insane, I feel like we have the better chance to win, but he has the perfect setup for the air dribble. And my teammate misses, and it's only me back with 12 boosts. But I got the save. And my opponent's tire ran out of air or something, and my teammate has an open net. He goes for the quick shot, and he got it. After so many late nights going up and down, I achieved my goal. It's beautiful. I no longer have to waste my time trying to get a certain rank that just doesn't matter to me at all. But this shows that people who say you can't do something, even though it seems it isn't possible, go do the impossible.